In this very lesson, we shall be looking at the DeMorgan's law for set theory using the Venn diagram. Remember, in our previous lesson, we were able to look at what the DeMorgan's law using what sets, the element within a set. But in this lesson, we shall be doing that using what the Venn diagram. So in doing so, this is going to serve as a guide for us to identify and describe the regions within the set. So we are first going to represent this on the Venn diagram. So we know that we have a universal set and then two subsets of the universal set. So in drawing the circle, we know that we have two subsets of the universal set. So we are going to draw how many circles? Two circles. And then we have an element that is common to these two subsets. That is 2 and 2. So it means that this circle that we are going to draw, they are going to intersect. I guess we are following. Good. So we have our universal set. We have our set A. So we are going to use this circle to represent set A. And then we are going to use this circle to represent what? B. Good. So we are just going to represent the elements within the individual sets in the circle. So we have the intersection, we have these two is common to A and B. So we are going to have the 2 here. And then these two have been written, we are left with what? 4 and then 6. And then we have what? 3 and then 5. Good. We also have an element that belongs to the universal set, but does not belong to these two subsets A and B. So we are going to represent it anywhere around these two circles, but within the universal set. So what we are going to do is that we are going to sheet the regions that is being represented with these elements or numbers. So region 1 represent all those regions outside these two circles. So wherever we see region 1, we are going to sheet the outside of these two circles. Wherever we see 4 and 6, it means we have to sheet only this portion, A only. Wherever we see 3, 5, we are going to shade what? This region, B only. And wherever we see 2, we are going to shade what? The intersection. Now let's start with the DeMorgan's law. So we said that according to DeMorgan, the complement of union of two sets is the same as what? Finding the intersection of their complement. So we are going to learn this law or verify this law using the Venn diagram. Exactly. Good. So the first thing that we are going to do is that we have this to be the left hand side. We have the left hand side and then what? The right hand side. So we are going to start with the left hand side. Good. So the left hand side we have what? A union B or complement. But before we start or find A union B or complement, we have to first find what? A union B. So we are going to draw our Venn diagram. We have our universal set, we have our A, we have our what? B. So we have our two intersecting circles. Good. Now to find A union B, now A union B means that we are going to combine all the elements of A and then B into a single set. So from here, we are going to combine A and then B to find what? A union B. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have, so this is what? A union B. So what we are going to do is that wherever we see this element, we are going to sheet the regions with regards to this particular diagram. So we have 2, and we know that 2 is what? The intersection. So we are going to sheet that particular region. So we shade here. We also have 3, and then 5. So 3 and 5 is this particular region. So we are going to shade the whole of this region. We also have 4 and 6, and 4 and 6 is this particular region. So we are going to shade the whole of this region. So all the shaded region within the Venn diagram represent what? A union B. So that's what the shaded region for A union B. Now that we have been able to find A union B, we can find what? A union B complement. So that one, we are also going to draw our Venn diagram, and we have our universal set, we have our A, our B, we have our two intersecting circles. Now we have to find what? A union B or complement. So now A union B complement means that we have to look for all those elements in the universal set that are not in A union B. And you realize that we are having only one. So it means it is only one element in the universal set that is not in A union B. So what we are going to do is that we are going to shade the region that contains the element 1 with regards to this Venn diagram. So we have 1 is outside these two circles. So all this region outside the two circles represents what? 1. So we are going to shade the region outside these two circles. So it means that all the shaded region represent what? A union B or complement. So we have our A union B or complement, A union B or complement. So let's call this I, this I. Good. Now we are done with what? The left hand side. Let's move on to the right hand side. The right hand side. So with the right hand side too, we are still going to draw our we have our universal set, we have our set A, and then set B, and then our two intersecting circles. Good. Now, before we can find A complement intersecting B complement, we first have to find what? A complement. Meaning that we have to find all those elements in the universal set that are not in set A. So we have 2, 4, 6. So those elements that are not in set A, we have what? 1, 3, and then 5. So we have 1, 3, and then what? 5. So it means that the elements in A complement, we have 1, 3, and then 5. So what we are going to do is that we are going to shade all the regions that contain these elements. So we have 1. 1 is what? All the region outside the two circles. So we are going to shade these regions. So that is 1. And then we have 3 and then 5. So 3, 5 is also in this region. So we have to shade, we are going to shade all these regions. So we have what? These regions. So all the shaded regions within the Venn diagram represent what? A complement. So you can see that all the shaded regions, they are in the universal set, but they are not in set A. That is why set A is left unshaded. So they are part of the universal set, but they are not part of set A. That is the shaded region for A complement. Very, very easy to understand. Good. Now let's find what B, where is it? B complement. So let's find B complement. We have universal set. We have set A and B. Now B complements means we have to look for all those elements in the universal set that are not part of what? B. Those elements in the universal set that are not in B become for the B complement. So we have what? 1, 4, and then 6, right? So 1, 4, and 6. So it means that we are going to shade all the regions with these elements with regards to this Venn diagram. So we have 1. 1 is all this region outside the 2 circles. So we are going to shade. We have 1. We are going to shade all the regions outside the 2 circles. So that is 1. We also have 4 and 6. 4 and 6 is in what region? 4 and 6 is in this region. So we are going to shade all this region in this Venn diagram. Good. So it means all the shaded regions within this Venn diagram represent what? The complement. It means they are in the universal set, but they are not part of B. And you can see that all the unshaded region represent what? B. Good. So that is what? B complement. Now that we have A complement and then B complement, we can find their intersection. So we have A intersection what? B complement. So with that one, we are still going to draw our Venn diagram. So we have to find A complement intersection what? B complement. Intersection means all those elements that belongs to this region and then that belongs to this set and then this particular set. We realize that we have what? 1. 1 is common to A complement and then B complement. So A complement intersection B complement, we have only 1. Good. So it means we are going to shade the region that contains the element 1 with regards to this particular region, this Venn diagram. So 1 represents all those regions outside the 2 circles. Good. So it means that all the shaded region with the red ink represent what? A complement intersection B complements. I guess you are following. So this set served as a guide for us to understand, identify, and represent the regions that we want to go, because sometimes students find it difficult to identify the regions in a raw state like this. But this is serving as a guide for us to understand, identify, and then describe the regions. It's I. So this is I. This is what I, Venn, and then now it can be observed from the Venn diagram in I and Venn that the two Venn diagrams are the same. And with I, it represents what? A union B or complement. And then with Venn, it represents what? A complement intersection B complement. So therefore, we can conclude and say that the complement of union of two sets is the same as what? The intersection of their complement. So this is how we verify the DeMorgan's law using what? The Venn diagram. Now that we are done with the first law, let's look at the second law. So we are looking at the second law, and then the second law of DeMorgan says that the complement of intersection of two sets is the same as what? Finding the union of their complement. That is the second law of DeMorgan. Now, this is still going to serve as a guide to enable us to identify and then describe the region that we want. Okay, it is serving as a guide to enable us to identify the regions or shade the region that we want to shade. Good. So in starting, we are going to start with what? A intersection B or complement. But before we find A intersection B or complement, we should be able to find what? We should be able to find A intersection B. So we have A intersection B. We are still going to draw our Venn diagram. So we have our universal set, we have our set A, we have our set B, we have our two intersecting circles. Good. So we have to find A intersection B. So A intersection B means we are to look for all those elements that are common to set A and then set B. We have what? We have only two. So it's only two that's common to set A and then set B. So we have it to be 2. So the next thing we are going to do is to shade the region that is represented with the number 2 with regards to this Venn diagram. So the number 2 is what? This very region. So we are going to shade this region here. We are going to shade this region. So the shaded region represents A intersection B. Now let's move on to A intersection B or complement, since we have been able to find A intersection B. So we have, let's call this I. We are still going to draw our Venn diagram. So we have our universal set, we have our set A and B, A and then B. We have our two intersecting circles. Good. Now that we've been able to find A intersection B, we can find what? A intersection B or complement. So it means we have to look for all those elements that belong to the universal set but does not belong to A intersection B. That gives us the complement of that. So all those elements that are in the universal set but are not in this very set, we have what? 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? So we have 1. So the next thing is we are going to shade all the regions that is being represented with these numbers with regards to this Venn diagram. So we have 1, and we know that 1 is what? All those areas outside these two circles. So we are going to shade. Now, we also have 3 and 5. Which region represents 3 and 5 from here? So the region that represents 3 and 5 is what? This region, B only. So we are going to shade what? This region, because it represents 3 and 5. And then we have 4 and 6. Which region represents 4 and 6? We have only this region, so we are going to shade this region. So it means that all the shaded region in this Venn diagram represent what? A intersection B or complement. Remember I said that this is serving as what? A guide for us to be able to identify the regions within the Venn diagram. So this has guided us to find or shade the region A intersection B or complement. Now we are done with the left hand side, right? So this is the left hand side. Let's move on to the right hand side. So with the right hand side, we are going to have what? A intersection A complement union B complement. But first, we have to first find our A complement. So we have our universal set. We have set A, we have set B, we have two intersecting circles. Good. Now we have to find what? A complement. A complement being that we have to look for all those elements in the universal set that are not in A. So we have 1, 3, 5. So it means we are going to shade all the region that is being represented with 1, 3, and then 5. So 1 refers to all those regions outside the two circles. So we are going to shade this region for 1. And then we also have 3 and then 5. Which region is represented with 3 and 5? We have this region. So we are going to shade the whole of this region also. So it means the shaded region in this Venn diagram represents what? A complement. It means they are in the universal set, but they are not in set A, and you can see that. Good. Let's move on to B complement. So we have B complement. means we have to look for all those elements in the universal set that are not in B. So we have what? 1, 4, and then 6, right? 1, 4, 6. We have 1, 4, and then 6. So it means that these elements, they are in the universal set, but they are not in B. That becomes what? B complement. So we are going to shade all the region that is being represented with these elements. So we have 1. 1 represents all this region outside the 2 circles. We have 4 and 6. 4 and 6 is this region. So we are going to shade the whole of this region and then this region also. So all the shaded region in this Venn diagram represent what? B complement, meaning they are in the universal set and you can see it, but they are not part of B. That is why we have shaded all those regions. Good. Now let's look at A complement union B complement, because we already have A complement and then B complement, so you can find their union. So the last Venn diagram that we are going to draw, so we are going to combine all the elements in A complement and then B complement into a single set, and that becomes A complement union B complement. So we have 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it means we are going to shape all these regions, which is being represented with 1, 3, 4, and 6 from here. So 1 is all those regions outside the bracket, outside the 2 circles, sorry. So that is that for 1. We also have what? 3 and then 5. So 3 and 5 represent this region, so we are going to shade that region. So we have 3 and 5 here. We also have 4 and 6. So 4 and 6 is this region, so we are going to shade that region also. So all the shaded regions in this Venn diagram represent what? A complement union B complements. Good. Now it can, let's label this to be I. Let's call this I Venn, and let's call this Venn. Now you can observe from the Venn diagram I and Venn dash, they are equal. The Venn diagram are equal. And you realize that with I, it is what? A intersection B or complement. So we have A intersection B or complement. And then we have V to be what? A complement union what? B complement. So you can therefore say that this is equal to that per DeMorgan's second law, that the complement of intersection of two sets is the same as of the union of their complements. This brings us to the end of today's lesson. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.